It was the kind of royal moment that felt like something out of a fairy tale, unscripted, emotional, and deeply moving. As the Danish royal couple toured the picturesque Holstebro municipality, no one expected what would soon become one of the most talked about and heartwarming events in recent royal history. Queen Mary and King Frederik X, known for their poised public appearances and dignified presence, broke into a spontaneous duet that would go on to captivate a nation, and even touch the hearts of royal watchers around the world. In a moment of rare vulnerability and joy, their voices blended in a harmony that seemed to echo far beyond the municipal boundaries of Holstebro, symbolizing something far more powerful than royal duty, love, unity, and an enduring connection not only to each other but to the Danish people. The setting was modest, humble even, compared to the grandeur often associated with royal engagements. A modest stage had been set up in the town square, flanked by local musicians and a welcoming crowd of residents and schoolchildren waving Danish flags with eager anticipation. It was part of the royal couple's official tour, a chance to connect more intimately with citizens, celebrate local culture, and honor Denmark's rich regional heritage. But this was no ordinary walkabout. Something in the air shifted when Queen Mary took a slight step forward, nudged by the sound of a familiar Danish folk tune played by a local band. It was a tune the Queen had heard many times before, one that held deep cultural resonance. Without hesitation, and with the grace of someone who truly understands the value of connection, she began to sing. It took the crowd a moment to register what was happening. Was Queen Mary singing? Smiles broke out across the plaza, and camera phones instantly shot up as her voice, melodic and confident, filled the air. But it didn't end there. What followed next was the kind of cinematic twist that couldn't have been choreographed even if Palisades had tried. King Frederik, always the quieter and more reserved counterpart in public settings, stepped forward to join her. His voice wasn't polished or professional. It was real, warm, slightly husky, but full of earnest emotion. And suddenly, the two were singing together, side by side, not just as monarch and consort, but as husband and wife, partners, equals, and symbols of a monarchy that remains deeply human at its core. The duet, lasting no more than 2.5 minutes, triggered an outpouring of emotion both at the scene and online. People clapped in time, others wiped away tears, and children stared in awe as their queen and king turned a formal appearance into a magical, musical memory. The song of choice was a well-known Danish tune associated with unity and resilience, a fitting selection for a country navigating the modern demands of monarchy while remaining rooted in tradition. The fact that both royals sang it with such evident sincerity made it feel like more than just performance. It was a message, a moment of vulnerability wrapped in melody, a window into the emotional world of two public figures who rarely get to reveal the private layers of their relationship in such an intimate way. But what made this moment truly resonate wasn't just the act of singing, it was the story it told. For Queen Mary, an Australian-born commoner turned beloved Danish queen, music has always been a bridge between cultures, a universal language of comfort and connection. For King Frederik, often overshadowed by his wife's public charisma, it was a bold, touching gesture of unity and love. Their joint performance became a mirror for the Danish people, a reminder that their royals are not just figureheads, but feeling human beings capable of love, expression, and spontaneity. What followed the duet was just as moving. The couple shared a soft laugh, looked into each other's eyes, and exchanged a quick embrace, brief, respectful, but undeniably affectionate. The crowd erupted in applause, and the royal entourage stood slightly stunned, clearly not anticipating the emotional charge that had just electrified the town square. Even seasoned journalists covering the tour noted that they had never seen anything quite like it. This was a turning point in royal public relations, one Danish commentator observed. It was no longer about protocol. It was about authenticity. In the hours following the event, social media platforms lit up with clips of the performance, generating millions of views and reactions from royal fans across the globe. Some likened it to iconic royal moments from other monarchies, the late Princess Diana's famous landmine walk in Angola, or Queen Elizabeth II's surprise appearance with James Bond for the London Olympics. But in this case, there were no special effects, no stunts, just two people in love, sharing a song. The Danish press ran emotional headlines. Royal Love in Harmony, read one. Another called it, the song that touched Denmark. Public opinion polls taken in the days after the event revealed a noticeable spike in approval ratings for both the king and queen, particularly among younger generations who appreciated the couple's willingness to break from tradition and embrace a more relatable style of monarchy. More than 80% of respondents said the duet made them feel more emotionally connected to the royal family. Some even suggested that such moments of royal reality should be a regular feature of public tours. Behind the scenes, palace insiders revealed that while the performance was indeed spontaneous, it was not entirely without precedent. Queen Mary is known to enjoy singing, particularly during private family moments and cultural events. King Frederik, though less musically inclined, has always supported his wife's expressive nature. It's said that during their early courtship, the two would often share playlists and favorite songs, many of which formed the soundtrack of their evolving love story. It's also been noted that music played a key role during their wedding reception, with several touching performances shared among friends and family. In Holstebro, that private world briefly touched the public, and in doing so, it reminded the world why Queen Mary and King Frederik have become one of Europe's most beloved royal couples. Their journey, from a blind date in Sydney to a global royal stage, has always been marked by its fair share of scrutiny and admiration. But this moment, this song, stripped away the layers of status and duty, revealing instead a deeply personal bond forged in love, respect, and shared destiny. For many Danes, the performance symbolized something far greater than a musical interlude. It was a cultural statement, a reaffirmation that the monarchy, while steeped in tradition, is not static. It can evolve, breathe, feel. That even amidst protocol and expectations, there is room for humanity. That a queen can sing and a king can follow, not because they must, but because they want to share something meaningful with their people. In the days that followed, fans from across the world sent letters, digital tributes, and music covers as a form of appreciation. Holstebro itself reported an increase in tourism inquiries, with people eager to visit the site of what was now being affectionately dubbed the Royal Duet. Local musicians were interviewed, the band conductor became a minor celebrity, and schoolchildren wrote essays about witnessing history with a melody. The monarchy, often accused of being out of touch or overly ceremonial, had for one beautiful moment been just like everyone else, emotionally expressive, present, and willing to sing for love. As one elderly spectator put it, it was like watching two people fall in love again, right before our eyes. And perhaps that was the truest magic of it all. Not the music, not the applause, but the quiet exchange of glances, the comfort in each other's presence, the knowledge that even after years in the spotlight, their relationship remained real. This wasn't just another event on the royal calendar, it was a memory etched into the cultural consciousness of a nation. It may be replayed in documentaries, referenced in future biographies, and taught in classrooms as an example of modern monarchy at its best. Emotionally intelligent, open, and deeply rooted in the people it serves. For many, the royal couple's musical moment symbolized a long overdue shift toward transparency, relatability, and emotional accessibility. Danish citizens and international observers alike began reflecting on what it meant to witness a king and queen, traditionally distant figures, share a moment that was not rehearsed, not choreographed, but completely and utterly real. The next morning, Danish newspapers were flooded with editorials. Cultural commentators, historians, and psychologists weighed in, describing the moment as a breakthrough in public engagement. It humanized them in a way no speech or formal event ever could, one psychologist noted on Danish national radio. There is something deeply primal and universal about singing, it touches emotions we often suppress. When Queen Mary and King Frederik sang together, it was as if they invited us into their emotional world. That's transformative for a public figure. Letters to the editor echoed these sentiments, many from older Danes who said they had never felt so emotionally close to their monarchs before. For some, it brought back memories of their own youthful romances or of past Danish royals who had moments of warmth and spontaneity. For others, it was the first time they felt proud of what the monarchy could represent in a modern democracy. Behind the palace walls, insiders reportedly were as surprised as the public. According to a senior court official, the Holstebro appearance was never intended to be anything more than a routine stop in a series of public engagements. The Queen has always had a gift for reading the room, said one aide who has served under 3 Danish monarchs. She sensed that the moment called for more than just waving and smiling. It needed a human touch, and she delivered that in a way none of us anticipated. The royal household, known for its meticulous attention to protocol and image, reportedly held internal discussions afterward about how to strike a balance between such spontaneous emotional gestures and the traditions of royal decorum. It's also worth noting the historical weight of this moment. Throughout history, music has often played a central role in royal life, but rarely has it been performed by the monarchs themselves in such an unscripted way. In the 18th century, Danish King Christian VII was known for his patronage of the arts, but never did he or his queen publicly perform for their subjects. Even Queen Margrethe II, known for her artistic talents in painting, embroidery, and set design, rarely crossed into the realm of live performance. What Queen Mary and King Frederik did in Holstebro marked a new chapter, one where artistic expression and emotional openness could be tools for strengthening the public's connection to their sovereigns. International media quickly picked up the story. British tabloids dubbed them the singing sovereigns, while Australian outlets proudly highlighted their native-born queens. Effortless ability to charm and led with emotional intelligence. American entertainment shows compared the moment to Meghan and Harry's highly public expressions of love, though with less controversy and more resonance. Even royal families from other countries reportedly sent congratulatory messages, unofficial but heartfelt notes acknowledging how powerful the moment had been. There were even rumors of the clip being shown at a private gathering of European royals, who marveled at how such a simple act could carry such symbolic weight. Back in Holstebro, the aftermath was nothing short of remarkable. The town experienced a surge in tourism, with visitors eager to walk the very plaza where the royal couple had sung together. Local businesses capitalized on the moment, offering limited edition, royal duet, pastries, themed music nights, and memorabilia featuring the lyrics of the song the couple performed. The Holstebro municipality created a permanent marker commemorating the moment, a small plaque in the town square with an engraving of the song's opening lines and a quote from Queen Mary about the power of shared moments. A mural featuring the couple mid-song was painted by a local artist and quickly became a photo hotspot for both locals and tourists. More importantly, the duet sparked discussions in schools and universities about the evolving role of public figures in a digital age. Sociology classes analyzed the moment as an example of authentic leadership, while music teachers discussed the historical role of song in uniting people. Children were asked to write essays about how the performance made them feel, and some of the youngest spectators who witnessed it in person said they now dreamed of meeting the royal couple one day, not because of their crowns, but because of their kindness. For the Danish royal court, the success of this unscripted moment opened the door to new possibilities in public engagement. While palace officials were careful not to promise a repeat of such spontaneity, they acknowledged that the Holstebro moment had become a case study in the unexpected power of authenticity. One senior aide reportedly said, "The monarchy must evolve if it is to survive." What we saw in Holstebro wasn't just a feel-good moment. It was a glimpse into the future of modern monarchy. That future, it seems, includes not only statecraft and ceremony but also vulnerability, creativity, and emotional connection. As the tour continued in other parts of the country, the tone had clearly shifted. Crowds were bigger, warmer, more responsive. People came not just to catch a glimpse of royalty, but to feel something: hope, joy, and unity. And the royals responded in kind. Queen Mary was seen spending more time chatting with children, listening closely to local stories, and even accepting a guitar from a local musician, strumming a few soft notes before handing it back with a laugh. King Frederik, traditionally more reserved, took on a more confident, relaxed air. His speeches carried more emotion, his interactions more warmth. It was clear the duet had changed something, not only in the public's eyes but within the royal couple themselves. In many ways, the duet in Holstebro had tapped into something deeply Danish. Denmark, a country known for its balance between modernity and tradition, hygge and formality, saw in that moment a perfect synthesis of both. It reminded the people that even their monarchs could find warmth in simplicity, beauty in imperfection, and strength in vulnerability. It reminded them that the crown does not make one untouchable, it makes one a symbol of shared identity, and that identity is richer when it is layered with emotion. Experts now speculate on how this moment may influence future royal appearances. Could we see more musical interludes? More emotionally driven engagements? Will other royals around the world follow suit? Some believe this could spark a new royal style, a blend of tradition with sincere connection, performance with purpose. Others caution that spontaneity cannot be manufactured, and part of what made the Holstebro moment so powerful was precisely its unexpectedness. Still, what's undeniable is the impact this event had on public consciousness. The clip of the duet continues to be shared, remixed, and rewatched. It has been turned into a ringtone, used in wedding videos, and even inspired covers by local musicians. It now holds a place in the collective memory of Denmark, an echo of joy, love, and authenticity that will be remembered for years to come. So as the Danish royals continue their work, traveling the world, advocating for causes, and representing a nation steeped in history and culture, one can't help but wonder, was Holstebro a one-time moment of magic, or the first note in a new symphony of royal expression? And with that, we invite you to share your thoughts below. Should Queen Mary and King Frederik include more of these intimate, emotional gestures in their public life, or should they protect the mystery and tradition of monarchy? Let us know what you think, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment for more royal stories like this one that capture not just headlines, but hearts.